Life sometimes is very easy. For example, if I say tomato, immediately an image of tomato comes into your mind. And if I say Zomato, immediately you think of a Zomato delivery boy. But sometimes life is little complicated. For example, if I say apple, you have two options now. You may think of apple fruit or Apple iPhone. Likewise in law also. If I say law of crimes, immediately you think of law which are related to crimes. But if I say family law, you have options now. You may think of Hindu law or you may think of Muslim law or any other laws. Likewise, there are few subjects by hearing the name, you feel like I don't know anything of that. For example, if I say law of tort, till the time you study law of tort, we didn't need anything, like we didn't even know the meaning of tort. The same happens with jurisprudence with most of the students. Like when they hear the term jurisprudence, they're like, what is this? This is for those students who don't know the concept of jurisprudence, and for those students who know the concept, for them to make or bring more clarity on jurisprudence. And this is the new video series I am starting in my channel. For other laws, please subscribe my channel and go to the playlist. You will find videos on many other laws. Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari and I am heartily welcoming you guys to the series of jurisprudence video series. Before getting into the subject, let us have a strong base. Let us start the discussion with human evolution. Now that I am not getting into the arguments on whether evolution was there or not, I am just buying the perception. Now if you see sociologically, it all started with the individual, then went to family, then to community, then to society, then to state. Like it was me and mine and then ours, and finally we said we, the citizen of India. That's how state formed. In economical theory, if you see earlier there was barter system. Later man found that barter system is very difficult to manage, so he found alternative in the form of money, and today we are using digital money. That's how economy has developed. Now if sociology, economics, psychology and many other theories have developed, law is not an exclusion for that, and that's what exactly we are learning in jurisprudence. Let us try understand the concept of law. Now, what is law, or do we need law, or why do we need law? To answer that, I am taking the example of railway crossings in India. They are mostly outskirts of the city's limit, and whenever a train comes, the gates will be closed, and when the gates are closed, both the sides, vehicles will come and fill. They will not bother whether they are in left side or right side or center. Wheresoever they get space, they will come and fill. After the train passes, the gates will open, and then you have to see the cumbersome. Like it's a totally mess for few minutes, and because we are Indians, we have that capacity of adjusting to everything. We pass that moment. But if we do the same thing with all cities also, with all signals, can we manage? No, it is impossible. None of us will reach the home in that case. So to control that, we have traffic rules. They are traffic laws. Now to control marital relationship, like after marriage, for divorce, there are applications to be made, arguments to be made, and court need to give the judgment. If nothing was there, people would have married and left as and when they wanted. So those are controlled by marriage related laws. Now we have criminal laws. That's why people are scared of doing crimes or theft or anything, because there are laws which are punishing, which say cognizable, non-cognizable, bailable, non-bailable, compoundable, non-compoundable. All those theories are available. Now jurisprudence basically discusses the theories of law. So to understand jurisprudence in detail, let us get into the meaning of jurisprudence. Now let us try understand the meaning of concept jurisprudence. The term jurisprudence is coming from a Latin term jurisprudentia. Juris means law and prudentia means knowledge or skill of law. Now in totality, if you want to know the meaning of jurisprudence, it's a science or knowledge of law and its application or skill of law. By studying jurisprudence, we know what is law, how to approach law, and what are the sources of law and why to study law. All those stuff will be understood. Now jurisprudence is not for a particular nation or state. It is for the entire world. It is basically a theory. Now when I say theories, what are the major theories which are discussed under jurisprudence? They are like property, ownership, punishments, liability, rights, obligation, morality, justice, etc. These concepts are same for the entire world, but then locally they change or frame it according to the local requirements. Jurisprudence discusses in totality, and every nation or state based on its requirement makes modification in the same. So jurisprudence is a total theory of law for the entire world, and it's a common subject which helps us to approach the law as a subject. I have brought few important definitions as far as jurisprudence is concerned, and remember, when I am doing schools of jurisprudence I am going to discuss them in detail. For now I am just reading out the important part of their definition. Austin says jurisprudence is philosophy of positive law, whereas Sarman says it is science of first principle of civil law. Sir Holland says jurisprudence is the formal science of positive law, whereas Gray says it is the science of law dealing with the statement and systematic arrangement of the rules followed by the courts and the principles involved in those rules. Clark says it is the science of law in general, whereas Belay says the science of justice is jurisprudence, and Alpine says knowledge of things relating to human being and divine power, and also science of just and unjust is jurisprudence, whereas Patton says it is particular method of study not of the law of one country but of the general notion of law itself. So they are the important definitions which are basically saying it is science, it is discussing about just and unjust, it is discussing about morality, it is a structural arrangement of the rules followed by the court, it is principle involved in rules, it is formal science, and finally they conclude saying that it is a general notion for the world. It is not for one particular state or one particular nation or one particular method, it is for the entire world. With that I am moving on. Before concluding the session, I am giving few important aspects pertaining to jurisprudence that you need to remember and possibly write in your exam. Like, jurisprudence are the theories by scholars. They are not some codified law, so they will not have any sections or articles. They are basically can be followed by any country of the world. They are natural and they are universal. So these theories can be applied by any of the country in the world as per their requirement, as per their law of land. Now these are giving concepts, they are not giving any rules or regulations, they are giving the concept or theory, and based on the requirement of particular state they can utilize it, and they are basically theories only. They are not giving any structure of a particular law. They give concept of general aspects and laws can be developed accordingly. I have given 6 important aspects here. You can take screenshot and read them through for the purpose of exam. With that, I am concluding this session. There are many more sessions which will come on jurisprudence in next few days. So please go to my playlist jurisprudence and watch all of them. Thank you so much for subscribing me, and if you have not yet, please subscribe me now. Please like, share and comment my videos. All the very best for your exams, and thank you so much for watching me.